Welcome everybody to TS Ditto Reacts. I'm so glad you joined me today. We have a lot of interesting topics. Please stick with me to the end. I'm so grateful that you came. Let's get into it.
Well, I've been locked in. I've been reading the reports on what's going on in this federal trial with Diddy. And y'all, day 2 was even wilder. So Cassie took the stand. And you know she's pregnant. She's 8 months pregnant, so her belly out there hanging. They said she was calm, but she was ready to speak her truth. She broke it all down, y'all. Years of control, years of manipulation, and years of pain, as she stated. She said it started with love, but then it turned to freak-offs, as people out here would say it. She said this shit became her job. She was getting flown and passed around like a piece of cake. She said he ordered male escorts to come do that to her, all while he watched and recorded, and it was touching itself, y'all. And she said all in all, while this was happening, she was forced to take things to make her higher than a kite. She said one time it lasted for 4 days straight. She said she was out of her mind, but she wasn't thinking too much of it because the things she was high on a kite on made her not even think about it or feel it. Now listen to this, y'all. The reports say she listed everything that got her higher than a kite. Molly, Special K, GHB, shrooms, and that white girl Hannah Montana. Here's where it get a little bad. She said she wasn't the only one. She said it was more women doing this too, being forced to do it. The way the reports was saying it sounded like she was going through a psychological warfare. She said Diddy would send her to the gym to make sure her body was in shape, and even get a plastic surgeon so she can be perfect, her body can be perfect for these freak-offs. He wanted her to be top tier. And when she got dressed and everything, she had to send Diddy pictures of how the outfits looked on her so he can approve. That's what she said, and that's what the report said. She said if she told this man no about anything that he wanted her to do, he would then start doing a little blackmail, like, I send these pictures out, I pick these videos out of you, and y'all know what the videos consist of. I gotta go use the bathroom. I'm talking about number 1. But he shot. Who did he on that? That's what she was doing. Another escort testified and said, yeah, he had to come through, lay the pipe on her while he watched. And it can only happen when he's in there. They said the court even heard that one bill was so high in the hotel room, like it was jacked up. They was doing WWE moves. He was power driving people in that jump. That they had to fucking remodel the jump. That's how wild they was getting in them freak-offs. They say they found weapons in a safe. And you already know, 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Like I say, he was trying to get slippery sloped. Per reports, they say when Cassie said she got number 1 doing, the court on gas like, what? You got what? He did what? They did what? She said she even choked on it, y'all. They said once again, some family members walked out after hearing that. They little ears and eyes could not take what was being shown and heard. Listen, I wasn't there. This is just me breaking down what I seen on reports and what people are saying from the courtroom that was there. None of these are my claims. These are just allegations. But if half of this is true, it's crazy. So with all that being said, Diddy lawyers was like, nah, this was all consensual. They said she stayed because she wanted to. They're saying that these stories are twisted, and they're trying to make him seem like he was something that he wasn't. Y'all, day 2 is in the books. This trial is getting wild. I know it's going to get even crazier. So if you like the way I report on it, make sure you hit that follow button, share this video, like this video.
Those girls should have never been in that courtroom. I don't know who thought it was a good idea for those young ladies to be in that courtroom as their father's sex life has been put on display. No, let's be for real. Delilah, Jesse, I don't know if Chance was there, but none of those young ladies should have been in that room. I know they're trying to do the sympathy card, having those kids sit there behind him and cry and look like they're scared, which they are scared, but it's not appropriate. That has got to be some hard stuff to digest, especially having a male escort detail what this man allegedly did to the ex-girlfriend that he was dating. We say traumatized? I can say traumatized. Honestly, if Diddy was smart, he would tell them no longer to show up in court. Do not show up here. Do not allow them to be put through that. They've already gone through enough. Why would you allow them to go into that courtroom knowing good and well your whole life that is in the dark is about to come to light? No child should see that shit.
I just want to jump in there. I've never really been a fan of the P. Diddy person. I did enjoy the music and in its heyday, but for anyone to even think of the things that are being described, to think of those things and to put someone else through those things, whether that person was in or out of their own right mind, consensual, I get it, but the thought of the nasty, the thought of the perverse, the thought of the additional people involved, whatever, that does not sound like a regular sexual life. So, I mean, no, the kids should not be there. I don't care how old they are. Nobody wants to think of their parents doing anything, let alone all that stuff. So, I'm just saying.
A number of things that I've heard from people in the Pentagon, that the buzzword in the secret of secrets in the Pentagon is the Sumerian gods are returning, and that's what they're referring to as that whole area that Peter.
Wow. Can you repeat that again, just in case anybody missed it? The buzzword
in the Pentagon, in the the military circles that are in the know about the cover-up here, they kind of in whisper tones talk about the return of the Sumerian gods. And they're talking about what we would call aliens or fallen angels returning into the Middle East, into Old Sumer area. The Anunnaki.
They just voted, they being the other ones, not us, because we were all on the right side of history. They just voted to give Trump the ability, legally, to give him the ability to deport U.S. citizens. That is what they voted for. A bunch of elected U.S. representatives. That is how they.
I just got a whole bunch of questions.
Before his questions, if you deport us, where we gonna go? I don't know any place but St. Louis, Missouri. And I might have been other places for a maximum of 3 to 5 days. So you gonna send me where? To do what? And where does he get this stuff from? Nah, never mind.
What type of crime does an American citizen have to commit to be deported to a whole other country? What country will you be sending them to? What rhyme or reason will you be picking the country with? What demographic of American citizens is he going to target first? That's what I wonder. I'm looking up and down on Google News, and I ain't seen no articles or breaking news yet. When y'all gonna break that? How long will American citizens sit there and wait around till it's their turn to get deported, or will they start saying something about it? Will U.S. citizens get their own concentration camp? Or will they be sent down to the El Salvador prison too? This is the part of the rise of the dictatorship where you're able to fabricate all type of charges against your adversaries and your opponents and send them wherever you want to send them. Be able to criminalize them and all type of thing. That's probably what we headed to, huh? All that stuff about freedom of speech and all that stuff about the liberal media doing X, Y, and Z the whole time. Right now, this man just got legal jurisdiction to deport American citizens.
It's ridiculous. I don't understand.
It's on the ground. Right.
So Elon Musk's company, his AI company, actually got caught with flooding black communities with airborne toxins. Airborne toxins. We already knew that Elon was an asshole, but no, he's an actual piece of shit. He's a literal piece of shit. So I'm just gonna read this and you can go and fact check this. You know I'm all for that. So Elon Musk's AI company, xAI, is under fire in Memphis. Their massive supercomputer AI facility needs so much power that they've secretly been running dozens of methane gas turbines without full permits. Aerial footage showed 35 gas turbines operating in historically black neighborhoods, right? Pumping pollutions like nitrogen oxide, formaldehyde, right? And particularly matters linked to asthma, cancer, and respiratory illnesses in the air. The company only had permits to operate 15, and they were operating 35. 35 in historically black neighborhoods. The local grid could not meet Musk's energy demands, so instead of slowing down, xAI plowed ahead, risking the health of an already overburdened community for profit. Once again, billionaires break the rules and regular people pay the price. It's not just regular people, it's black people. It's black people. It's black people. You're not doing that in the poor white neighborhoods. It's black people. You, Elon Musk, are an actual piece of shit. You are a literal piece of shit, and I cannot wait for God to deal with you accordingly.
Now, I wish there was a safe way that we could put our money together and get some land and start some little community thing, because if you see what's going on in the political world with everything, you should be able to understand where the world's going in probably the next 5 years, maybe 2 to 5 years, honestly. And we really just don't got a lot of time to get things ready. We also don't have time to deal with bullshit people. There's always going to be people in your family or your friends that just don't want to do the work, and it's just that season where you just got to cut certain people off and be like, you know what, if you're not about to help me progress, then you just gotta go somewhere else, because it's about to be a lot of hungry people, a lot of desperate people. And when people start getting hungry and desperate, they're gonna start doing dangerous shit. Just peep it. They're cutting off resources and they're blocking or locking down certain areas, but they're doing it in a way to where you won't notice the bigger picture until they get ready to be like, it's time. And so, you just need to start downsizing, and you gotta, if you can, and y'all got like 3 houses in the family, put that shit to one, and everybody need to move into that one house, and we all need to start stocking up on food and shit, because you can see what they're about to do. This is to the ones that can beat game. This is all strategic. This is all the pre-war. The problem is most people haven't lived through none of this, so they don't see the telling signs of what's happening, or they just don't have a interest and knowledge, and then just go through a bunch of stuff so you can just put things together and see a picture of, oh, I see what they're about to do. Holy fuck. Like, it's on a level where I understand why the average person don't see it, and when people try to bring it to them, they're just like, nah, that can't happen. They wouldn't do that. I mean, it's like, I understand in a sense why you must know thy enemy, because y'all just don't realize how evil these motherfuckers are. We know. We never forgot.
You ever heard it?
With that being said, my family, my I guess not immediate family, but the next group, cousins, aunts, and uncles and such, we live in close proximity to each other. And, there have been brief conversations, what would we do in an emergency? I don't know if the conversation ever really took off. I don't know if the conversation was spread amongst the family. But I mean, we live within blocks of each other. And what would we do? Would we all fend for ourselves? Would we try to pull something together? Would we move into one or a couple of the houses to be closer? We need to talk. You know, families need to talk. We need to pray. That's what we need to do. I don't understand why the elite feel like they need to just manipulate everything and everybody. Why? What do you need it for? I mean, you must follow whatever that GOAT thing is in order to think of some stuff like that. What makes you think to hurt other people? I just can't. Oh my gosh. Let's get back to the video.
You say you're going to drink truth from a fire hose? This is that moment. Redacted just dropped an interview with Eric Hecker. He is a whistleblower who worked for Raytheon, stationed in Antarctica. And everything you've ever heard about Antarctica, this dude just went all the way. He testified to Congress. He says the military-industrial complex is upset with him, has been hitting him with DEW, so he says, fuck you, I'm dropping it all. Directed energy weapons capable of earthquake induction, moving storms like North Carolina. He says directly, the 2011 earthquake in Christchurch, New Zealand was caused by them, and it can be confirmed through the leaked Hillary Clinton emails because that body count is absurd, right? Dude, put thoughts into your head. Levels of technology that would appear to be pure magic to you. And all of us, like, you cannot grasp. You have to go listen to this. It's on YouTube, Redacted. Just search that. He just dropped it. He also on Rumble. He covers all of it and says he indicates a massive military base underneath the Denver International Airport. He covers all the bases and the things they are doing to us. However conspiracy-minded you are and however paranoid, and whatever you think the government is doing to us, there is some entity embedded within the government, and it is doing things way worse and far beyond your wildest fucking dreams of how horrible these crooked sons of bitches can be to us. Like, he puts and ties together the unexplainable mass compliance during Corona is some part of this weapon. And he describes everything all about it. The infrastructure, what it looks like, how it operates. It goes full fucking Star Trek. He says this is also functioning as an interstellar traffic control system, monitoring the neutrinos released from the engines of interstellar ships. It also can positively charge these neutrinos, and that is how they are moving storms and doing all the other wild shit. New people. Like, all the wildest shit you've ever heard about Antarctica, this dude just lays it out and then just gives you the details to it. Like, the Great Awakening is upon us, and it is far more than just the corruption and the money they've been hiding, but what they've been doing with our stolen money. Exploiting us, testing weapons on us. He says this is worldwide. And he even would indicate to you that he says that we are using these weapons worldwide against an adversary, indicating that it might not have even been our own government who steered that hurricane into North Carolina, that this is an active thing going on back and forth. Even indicates like how Joe Biden said that Turkey would be hit with something or an earthquake if they didn't comply to what he was asking. And lo and behold, they had that huge earthquake. Earthquake induction. Holy shit, people.
Well, that explains Atlanta.
Like, fucking, we're learning some shit. Prepare yourselves to watch that, and good luck to you. Because...
Jumping in. A bunch of weird stuff has been happening. Wildfires all over the place. Earthquakes in Atlanta. all these weird storms, and I mean, it's way past April showers. And I'm like, please stop raining, because I have a lot to lose if it rains too much. If you don't believe in conspiracy theories, maybe you need to get out more. Look around. Stuff is real and stuff is weird. That's why I'm bringing you these videos.
We are in the thick of it. This is officially a revolution, and it is incumbent upon all of us to stay calm and educate ourselves, and also learn to recognize the history that is happening around us. Good luck to you all, and long live this beautiful country.
This is how Japan attacked Pearl Harbor according to flat earthers? Look at this right here, dude. 1 second. This is how Japan attacked Pearl Harbor according to flat earthers. I want y'all to look closely at this flat earth map. Huh, that's a straight shot. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Hold on 1 second. While we're talking about this argument, well, it's actually not an argument. Anyways, how about this laser these people are shooting across this lake, dude? A lot of these lasers are like going like 10 or 20 miles across. Explain that. Because according to the Earth Curve calculator, 10 miles would be 66.69 feet of curve, meaning how can the laser, if it's going straight, it's supposed to be like almost 70 feet of curve. How on earth is a laser hitting the target on the other side exactly 5 foot off the ground? Tell me. Just like the famous Chicago skyline shot, 60 miles, 60. As you can see at 50 miles, 1667, that's 1,600, that's almost 2,000 feet of curve. The tallest building's like 1,500, man, so we're seeing the little short buildings, so none of them should be visible. And don't start talking about light reflection and bending and curve and because we don't want to hear it.
So it's true that NASA doesn't mean to deceive in Hebrew, but what it does mean is to journey, to travel, to depart, or to set out. And let me tell you why that's actually more spot on. Now in Job 1:7, the Lord said to Satan, "Where have you come from?" And Satan answered, "Oh, I've just been roaming throughout the earth, going back and forth on it." You know, kind of just traveling. While we're on the topic of being deceived, what was that definition of NASA again? Oh yeah, to travel.
I think you'll feel differently.
So if you were wondering what the Strong Lexicon is, that's a dictionary of the words on the Hebrew Bible. In other words, the possible actual definitions to an elite group. Now, what was that space mission on April 14th? The Blue Origin one.
It's so insulting to real astronauts. I mean,
really think it's just NASA that's trying to hide things from you? Or do you think it's all space organizations?
Take up space!
Also, I'm gonna make another video pretty soon breaking down everything about this patch because my last account with the patch video just got banned, so don't forget to follow.
So this is a thing. Looks like we finally get to see one of these alien flying orbs up close and personal. And apparently this thing has a message to Earth, and just wait until you see what it says. You know, when I first saw this thing, I thought Harry Potter was gonna come out of nowhere and catch it. So back in March, a resident of Boca, Colombia saw this metallic sphere maneuvering around in the air until it landed. It was basically tased by 2 metal sticks poking out of the ground, and then it crash landed. Don't ask me what those sticks were. The thing weighs 4.5 pounds, made vapor as soon as water touched it, and was unnaturally cold when it was found. So scientists decided to nuke the damn thing with x-rays and found out that it had 3 metallic layers on the outside. These x-rays also found 18 microspheres surrounding what is said to be an organic chip. It also didn't show any weld marks, which initially made people think that this isn't man-made. The wildest part is that this has ancient symbols surrounding the orb, and scientists used AI to decipher what the hell this thing says. The problem is, even with it translated to English, I still don't understand what it's saying. So according to AI, this nonsense right here says, the origin of birth through union and energy in the cycle of transformation, meeting point of unity, expansion, and consciousness. Individual consciousness. Huh? What are you trying to say to us, oh great golden snitch? The government went after this orb and the person who found it refused to give it up. I don't know how he's still alive. Now, whatever this thing is, it seems like it was meant to send a message to Earth. Although it seems non-hostile, I still don't trust it.
In case you haven't heard, the Pentagon just confirmed on record aliens are among us. And they went into the drones, basically saying they don't know what the drones are, where they came from, anything. and basically confirmed they are alien technology. I still am on the Fae train. Like, I'm pretty sure aliens are Fae. If you've seen my Dowsing Rod sesh with Lucifer, you kind of understand, like, where I'm going with that.
She could think they Fae if she wants to, but me personally, there's always been this, like, even as a small child, there's always been this thought process that they are real. I mean, that's all I can, my childhood, all I ever thought was aliens are real. A lighter note, I thought cats were aliens too, because I don't understand them, but I never doubted that aliens were real. I've just been waiting on somebody to say it. She thinks they're Fae because she believes in that. Everybody has their own belief. You could believe that aliens are not real. You could believe that Earth is round. You could believe that it's flat. That's on you. That's fine. We all have our own beliefs. If we would just come together, some of this stuff might make sense. Regarding that orb that he was talking about, if you listen to what he said that the translation was, it all sounds the same as we need to get our stuff together. They're watching us and they're giving us a message. Go with that.
If you haven't seen it, look at my profile. Basically, it just kind of went into the idea that the aliens are actually like Fae, basically. They're basically like the Lemurians and Pleiadians and all those like alien race things. They tie into like different Fae races, basically. And the chosen ones, they're being like activated and spiritual awakening. They are Fae bloodlines. I don't know. Just kind of wanted to share. Anyway, have a great day.
UK have officially crowned their king, so here's everything that was worth seeing at this historic event. Before it even started, someone mowed a giant cock onto the lawn of King Charles's coronation bash site. Hundreds of leaders and officials from around the world attended, with the exception of Sleepy Joe from the US. Even Harry turned up without Meghan, but was demoted to the uncool third row with Andrew. I have no idea which row Katy Perry was supposed to be in, and by the looks of it, neither did she. But while everyone was turning up to the coronation, elsewhere arrests were being made. Just Stop Oil protesters were picked up and carried away, while the head of the anti-monarchy group was arrested for breaching the peace. They also seized hundreds of Not My King signs. Speaking of the old boy, Charles broke a bit of tradition by turning up in a newer carriage, equipped with aircon, electric windows, and suspension. And what's wild is that the church he arrived at has been the exact same location used for 38 previous coronations, dating back to 1066. And the chair is old as shit too, dating back to 1308. He was presented with the royal scepter, which contains the world's largest clear-cut diamond, originally found in South Africa. People online started talking about why his hands looked so red and puffy. Prince William swore his allegiance and kissed his dad on the cheek. And then finally, after about 1,000 traditional procedures, the crown was placed on his head, making him the oldest monarch to ever be crowned. And it was bound to happen, but one of the horses got spooked and backed up into the crowd watching. Luckily, no one was hurt.
So according to CNN, apparently there's this huge mile-wide volcano under the West Coast Ocean that is supposed to be erupting sometime soon. Not only is it going to be erupting soon, but CNN is saying that it will cause at least 10,000 earthquakes along the coast. This is concerning the west coast of California, where the San Andreas Fault is. But you want to know why many people haven't even noticed? It's because they're not announcing this on the main screen. They're announcing the tariffs, and they're announcing pharmaceutical prices coming down, every reason why people should hate Donald Trump. This is on their fine print. You know, the very small letters on the bottom of the screen that nobody ever reads, but that's typically where the real news is happening. Search it up and you will find that there is that fine print on the bottom of the screen of CNN News that is announcing those 10,000 earthquakes that are expected to arrive here soon, and it will be over all of the course of all of these months due to that volcano erupting under the Pacific Ocean.
They always said that California was going to fall off into the ocean. So if this massive earthquake is on a fault line that's right there by California, everybody start praying. I'm scared for you, and I hope that all this earth shaking doesn't drift over here to New Madrid, because I'm not ready. I am not ready.
Here is living proof that when the universe wants something gone, then there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. Look at this road here in Collins, Georgia. Last year, it got wiped out by a massive flood. They just fixed it. They recently opened it, y'all. And now look at this. Yesterday, it got wiped out again by another massive flood. God was like, nah, this shift is not over. Did you guys see this monstrosity in Oklahoma? So there are 8 other houses that are on the other side, and the people are trapped. They can't get to the side, y'all. This is where the other side is where civilization is. The other 8 houses, the people are trapped. This is crazy.
1322 in Blanchard, washed away due to flooding. You can see there once was a pond here. Now that's gone. There's even fish flying here. The roadway about
Yo, that's crazy, man. Nature is so powerful. And then look at this one in St. Louis, y'all.
Look at this hole in St. Louis, bro. This is crazy. Man, this is beyond crazy. St. Louis is getting crazy. My homeboy said he hit this pothole the other day, and he came out in vain. No bullshit. Hey.
Yo, that's crazy. All these holes happening. Yo, the planet is talking. These holes are happening all over the world. The planet is talking. And, you know, this 3D matrix is collapsing right in front of us, y'all. The shit this here, like we're telling y'all. Let me know what you guys think about this video. Let's continue to get this shift. It's here. Peace in.
Now, I don't know if it's true. I think my mama told me a long time ago. We have lots of debates on what she actually told me, what I actually heard, what she remembers, and what I remember. But I am almost certain that she told me that back in the 70s, my daddy was driving this white Cadillac, and she said, I think she said, that he fell in one of them holes. I think that's what she said. So every time somebody say that the ground does that, I think of my daddy. Rest in peace, Daddy. I love you. Mwah.
Very clear on what it is that you want. Spend 5 minutes sitting down and visualizing those things being true, and then give gratitude for that. Like, see it, feel it in your body, taste it in your mouth, hear it in your ears. Completely immerse yourself in that for 5 minutes, longer if you can, and then just be so grateful for all of that. Essentially what you're doing is moving your brain from a fear state to a trust state, and that is the gateway to making these changes.
You go to bed feeling grumpy, worrying about the mortgage, feeling as though you haven't got enough to maintain life, then of course you're going to wake up feeling depressed, melancholy. But what if you went to sleep believing that all is well, you are safe, everything will appear at the right time when it's supposed to, believing that the answers will make themselves apparent, the healer will appear when you need it, the information that you need to proceed will present itself when you need it. These are all basic Louise L. Hay philosophies. And if you accept those philosophies as you fall asleep, and you fall asleep with a feeling of abundance, a feeling that you are safe, you wake up in a more optimistic frame of mind, and that in itself will make things appear much quicker. It's the same principle as if you left a light on the back porch on at night. Within minutes, every moth in town is going to be attracted. They're attracted by the warmth, they're attracted by the light, and they want to hang around that bulb. Well, if you see that you are that light, if you are warm and supportive and you're oozing optimism, people will just want to hang around you just to feel good. The moment they want to hang around you, opportunities happen, and fear and frustration can't reside where someone feels abundant.
Well,
I want to clear something up. No, my daddy did not succumb to the hole in the ground. So just to put that out there. But I have started saying out loud, I am a millionaire. I am a millionaire. I say it all the time. For some reason, I can't sleep through the night. It's been for the past couple of months. And then when I wake up, my fists are balled up like this and my hands hurt. So I need to keep doing a nice mantra. I am a happy millionaire. I am a happy millionaire. All right. Just wanted to get that out. Daddy, rest in peace from whatever you succumbed to that I'm not going to mention. It's a St. Louis thing, y'all. But that was back in the 80s. Let's go to the last video. But before I say something, after that video, please like and subscribe. Please hit that notification button so that you can join me on future videos. Let's get to the last video, guys.
General terms, there must be something that gives you optimism out here. You know, do what you do. For love. You know, it comes down to love. Because if there's other stuff, it's not love. I didn't put this here, so what camera? Right ahead.
Rest in peace. Rest in power. Radio Raheem. Thank you for joining me. I can't wait to see you again. Tina Ditto, TS Ditto Reacts. Please like, subscribe, hit the notifications button, and I'll talk to you in the next video.